92, what you gon' do? Nothing, I bet you can choose. My come up and been on the cruise, but I'm about to speed boat with my crew. I'm living outside of the box. My value will come with a shock. New ideas coming up on the spot. I cook it up all in the
When
pot.
is your time? When is your time with the brand? With the brand. When is your time with the brand? Is to, you know what? I want to develop something like this, and I want to see what. I want to see how it will impact them. I can say it's more on the PC side of the brand, like firstly from designing PCs, because I'm more into like healthy lifestyle, like gym. So from the clothes, it's more of the sports. So with that, it's more from my side.
Oh yeah. I've been busting my ass, playing from course with size in the past. Coach had me afraid from the bench.
Everyone who's behind the brand, and to get more like a new market, like a new market, like a new market. Thank you, boy.
Away.
What do you do, dog?
Nice.
Yeah, man. So, first things first, your brand. What's your brand?
My brand is Black Trilogy Clothing. So the name was inspired by like our culture, like we're all black. So I'd like to take it out there. Also, the trilogy is the elements we focus on, which is art.
Dang.
Design.
It's time to turn into the real thing, attorney.
I just look at certain sort of silhouettes more than anything in fabrics, and even like the name brand or where I find it. In the scope of like men's clothes, the trend over the last few years is kind of like skinnier jeans, like a more fitted silhouette, has no life or emotion to it. You want like your outerwear piece to be a little bit oversized, or like an oversized t-shirt with a more fitted pant, you know, the right shoes or something.
Okay. So yeah, it's funny how you're talking about design, and I was about to ask you about that. So when you design, do you design better when you are happy, or do you design better when you are sad?
It depends, because when I'm happy, of course, it's what I like more. But then even when you're sad, you can design, and then maybe like later on you look back at it and you discover like more ideas, because when you're happy, it's more about like producing like happy work all the time. But also with the sadness, it helps more because you get to discover like different things. So
Okay.
yeah, but best move is to design when you're happy.
Okay, designing when you're happy. And your influences. So we are mostly influenced by the Western culture, and we can put it out there that they are not as black as we are, and you say Black Trilogy.
Yeah.
So in terms of like the African side, who influences your style and who gives you that push as to you need to innovate, you need to come up with new style?
Okay, cool. From the Western side, back in the day, it was like likes of Supreme, Daily Paper, you know. But then also when I did more research about our side, because the products were not easily accessible and not affordable, and then I started like discovering local brands like Unicorns, So, Tubop. So I was influenced more because of like the actual names, like Tubop. Like that's the only name we use.
It comes from
exactly.
from us. Yeah.
So that's when I did like more research about like our local products, and to discover more, and I got so hooked that I got to also like start my own thing, and also make it like I don't know, as us owning it, so that when someone hears the name like Black, like they feel like they're part of it.
Oh yeah.
Already. So yeah, with that, I wasn't more into like the traditional side, but then I wanted to put it to the like street style more.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that when someone like comes through with the piece, they feel as if they overseas, but then they're still local. So like they winning both sides.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
You've done so many collaborations, and you have a team. So, but let's start with your collaborations. How do you choose who and what you need to collaborate with?
It's more about the sense behind the whole collaboration and different numbers and crowds. Because for me, it doesn't make that much sense if I can collaborate with just like a clothing brand, as I'm a clothing brand also. We'll just have like the same market and same customers and the same taste. But for me, collaboration counts more on the crowds and the offering, because we like to offer like new things, not like just for the brand, but also for like everyone who's behind the brand, and to get more like a new market. So for me, it's, for example, if a musician or someone who's doing like a different thing from my field, and then if it makes sense for us to work together and to win like more customers, it makes sense to me.
Then you collaborate.
Yeah.
And so far, how many years have you been running Black Trilogy?
It's been 3 years, because it's been since 2015.
Since 2015. And since 2015 up until now, what's been your most successful moment?
It was when we met the RHTC homies, which was back in 2016. Yeah, I think late 2016. That's where I had my customer base, but then by meeting them, it was more of all local brands coming all together and working hand in hand, instead of like seeing each other as competitors. So we work together. So RSTC offered us an online store, like online platform for some of the customers, like all around the country and worldwide. And then also RSTC collaborated with Playground, which is they produce furniture. So that's when we had a local store, like official store, so that people came in numbers, and they were also excited of the experience, because they saw our clothes online only, but then it was hard for them to access them. But then with the actual store, they used to come on a daily basis and get to meet with us, and then also upcoming artists like designers. They used to come for ideas and to know more about the actual movement. So I can say from 2016, 17 and 18, it's been like what we were always planning to be at, and we got there like in a few years time. So in 5 years time, I don't know where we'll be, but then I know it's going to be like big.
Making that money. So I want to know, man, usually we say, where do you want to see yourself? But the first question would be, who do you do it for? Who do you do everything for? The designing, the waking up, the sleepless nights, the be on time, these interviews. Who do we do it for?
Man, we do it for our people, because it's, at first it was for us. We had to offer what we thought was good for the people, but then as more as they buy, we get to see that, okay, cool, then they feeling like they're owning. So we also need to get their point of view behind every collection. So that's why we develop, like, under the brand, there's different collections. Like there's a Black Trilogy itself, there's a PTC itself, and the Trilogy itself, because it's different like collections and tastes.
Oh yeah.
So we, as we develop, we accommodate like all kinds of styles. So yeah, it's mostly for the people, as long as we get to deliver what they need on time, good quality, and as long as our people are happy, we also happy.
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah.
The follow-up question would be, you do it for the people. Where do you want to take the people now? Where are you taking the people?
To the top, man. But yeah, like we bring that ownership, so that they can be proud that, okay, cool, then we have this local brand, and it's taking us like to the next level, so that wherever they go, they also like become proud of who they are firstly by wearing the piece and also where they come from, and they're familiar. People can be familiar with, okay, cool, then you come from this place, and also I know such a brand, and then like it's good. So for the people, it's like taking them like to the top, like anywhere to the top.
Right. So interaction. How do you normally interact with these people? Is it like online? Do they go by online? Do they text you? Do they, Twitter?
Mostly it's on the ground, because from where I come from, like in the hood, like most of us, we're not always on our phones, but we're always out there in the streets. So online it's a bit, I won't say delaying, but then it has its time. Like also when we're posting, we need to make sure that, okay, cool, then everyone's online, so everyone can see the whatever we posting at that time. But for like what I've experienced, like since I've been in the game, it's more in the streets. So we get to reach out to people like in the streets, more online, and then online is just like that post. So the streets for me.
Oh, the streets. And then do you intend on keeping it on the streets, or do you want to move from the streets to online in terms of streaming? Because like that is where everything is going into now.
Yeah, of course, like no lie, like yo, online is taking over these days. It's coming through with the souls. So yeah, mostly online, because it's not about our local people, but then it's anywhere at any time. Like people can get to see what we producing, and also get to buy online. So I can say online, but also keeping up with the streets. So to win both sides.
There must be a strategy. Is there a strategy so far as to how to shift, from the streets to online? As you say, you need them to be online in order to receive, the updates and everything like that. Is there a way to shift that weight?
Yeah, there is, because in the streets we get to spread out the weight for our social media platforms.
I feel like we have to know where everything comes from in order to be able to shift it to wherever we want it to be.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, man, I'm crazy. So Doc, another question is, most definitely we know that Soweto, it's like you're selected. It's like you're selected people who want to wear designer brands, right? It's your selected people who want to see their friend or a neighbor or whoever wearing something of theirs and be like, yo, I want that. So how can we educate, our own that, hey, bruh, that brand you are wearing, the only reason you are able to wear it like that, it is because that community it started in, they consumed only that, nothing else, to a point that, outside it was easy for it to be reached, because it was so much inside. It was able to pop outside. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to make sure that Soweto wears your brands more to attract outside?
As I said, man, it's all about being the streets, getting to know what these people like. Because if they only see you online, they'll think you don't care about them. So as soon as you reach out to them, go to them, all of them, they'll be interested in getting the product and being proud to wear it on a daily basis, even if it's one product, but then they get to wear it twice a week. And then of course, wherever they go, people ask, where you from? Soweto. And then maybe the following days, someone else. So people outside, they can see it's cool. Everyone from the hood, they are on this tip. And then if someone from outside this hood is also influenced by all the movements within the hood, they can get to also want to be part of the hood by owning something from the hood. And as soon as they do that, that's when we know, okay, we've won that side of getting customers from outside the hood. And then so with getting everyone from the hood to get the piece, we reach out to them and tell them more about the product, and then we first like do a research of what they're expecting for next season, what would they like to wear, and then we get to go under that research. And also with the pricing, we get to spend time with them and see their lifestyle and how much they're willing to spend, like roughly monthly on like clothes. So we get to also design our stuff and aiming at a certain customer base at a certain price. So it's more about doing research before you want to reach your point and then your mistakes.
Yeah. So it's geeks out here. So bruh, while you were speaking, I was thinking about something. I'm thinking that, do you only want to impact them through your clothing? Don't you, like, is there a plan as to know if they listen to the music that I listen to, they will understand why I chose this? Or if they look at the TV shows that I watch, they will understand why I'm so visual or something like that? Is there like something linked?
With the other elements, it's hard because I don't get to like, this is what I'm watching, because I'm like, my following is not like everyone who owns the piece, because we get to like deliver at different places, so I don't get to like control how they should watch, what they should watch. So but then with music, we try to, like, let's say we having like our projects, the promo videos, we get to use the type of music we'd like them to be into by using it as their background song. So it's more, firstly I can say the music it's easy because we get to use that type of music, but then with like the shows and like whatever else we need them to be on to, it's quite hard. But then since we as a brand, we like every annual year we host an event, so firstly it's like we give them back to our people. So we get to invite them, and then they get to see how we live and like the whole lifestyle, because one of our elements is art style and design. So under style it's like a lifestyle. So with the event, it's more of the lifestyle side. So who gets to be to come to the event is anyone who owns a piece from the brand. So it's access for them to come to the actual event. Also people we work with, we get to collaborate with for the event. It's our artists. We want them to listen to their music. So the performances and the DJs playing like the music, all the musical side is people who influenced us to like have a certain design and taste. They get to come and share with our people about how we live. And also with like other like movements within our community, like the biking community. We can say on the actual event, maybe like in the morning there's a ride from a certain place to come to the actual event. They get to ride the bikes on the hood, they get to the event, and then also to enter the event is from our side by having the pieces from the brand. And then also inside you get to meet like different like talents from within the hood. So that's how we get to control how like to be on a like same mind state with us. So I can say if you don't attend like our events, you won't like get to know us more.
You won't be able.
So it's that. But besides the event, like we try so hard to show them like online what we on about. So it's that.
Okay. So I can see that you're not trying to be like, hey, we famous, hey, we designers, so it's not gonna be together or whatever the case may be. So you're trying to even teach, because like I can hear like the information as to how you check the prices and how you check what they want. So it's actually always doing it for them, as you said. So when do you do it for you? When is your time? When is your time with the brand? When is your time with the brand as to you know what, I want to develop something like this, and I want to see how it will impact them?
I can say it's more on the PTC side of the brand. Like firstly from designing the PCs, because I'm more into like a healthy lifestyle, like gym. So from the clothes, it's more of the sportswear.
Yeah.
So with that, it's more from my side. I don't get to like first do a research about what people think, but I'm like, okay, cool, then people believe in me for starting this project. So how about I show them what I'm more about. So from the PTC side, I design sportswear clothes, from soccer to your gym, any sportswear clothes. And then it's that. And also last year in 2017 I personally had a movement, but then with our couple of homies, we had a street gym.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, people used to come and then we used to like gym. So it was more from my side, and it was crazy because a lot of cats, they used to go to prom for like doing like chilling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But then when we introduced gym, we didn't think that people would come like in like numbers. But then they used to come, and then they used to ask, okay, cool, how do you keep like such a balanced body?
Yeah.
You're always up on your feet. We never see you gymming. I was like, okay, cool, then why don't you like spend time with me and we go through the whole process?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, for me to contribute towards the brand, like personally, it was gym. And then of course, like they used to come, they didn't have like gym clothes, but then that's when I saw the gap and the need.
Oh
so
yeah.
I can okay, cool, then let me deliver this product to you so that you can also like be able to fit in when you come to gym.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was there, and I was happy because it worked out, because I don't want people seeing as if I'm being selfish.
You're the only one wearing your...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was crazy because it was something for me and the brand.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I love that movement. So I'm looking forward to having like such movements, but then within the hood. But thing is, with the hood, we need to teach the people what we are about, and then to show them like the direction.
Do you think in terms of like, because clearly there's trends, right? So there was a trend once where Ikotani, right? Like they used to wear very expensive clothing, Versace and all that, burning money and paper. All those things, right? That was a trend then. So there was those type of people. You wouldn't fit in if you were a cat, hip hop cat or whatsoever, right? So do you care in terms of now the trend is like style, like brands, I'm wearing the latest Supreme, I'm wearing the latest Trilogy, I'm wearing the latest BTC, So do you care as to who gets to have your clothing, or you just like want everyone?
Under the brand, as I said, is different collections. So also the pricing is also like different also.
Yeah.
So it's more about okay, cool, and if you feel like as if okay, I want to be like that big cat in the streets, so you get to like buy a certain collection because okay, it's not easily, it's not available as like seeing everyone with the Black Trilogy clothing.
I want to ask you in terms of like the community, who are you bringing with to your stardom? Who are you bringing with to the top? Who are you working with, collaborating with?
From our idea, it's not about if you're not into fashion or clothing, with us.
Yeah.
So it's more about if we from the same community, whatever you're doing, somehow we find a way to work hand in hand with you. So for example, the actual spot we at right now, Masenya, we had a couple of homies doing a promo video with them. They came through with bikes because we having like a piece coming through, so it's like flexible for any kind of sports activity. So they came through with the bikes and then they did their own thing, and everything like blew out crazy. And then again, there's a homie from my hood, it's a guy. So he's selling like female hair.
Yeah,
like yeah,
wigs.
Yeah. Probably. If you check out our captions on Instagram, we're always working with them. They provide like hair to like our shoots, and like we keep our models like sorted. And then also the makeup artist. Okay, he's not from like my community, but he's a homie also doing makeup.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and again, this the collaboration came from one of the artists from my community. He's a musician.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a movement. It's not only about the clothing, but then also with the team behind like the whole production.
Yeah.
Because when we when we take out our work there to like everyone to see, everyone put in like their own effort behind it, so we need to like also credit them for their work.
Oh yes.
But I'm proud to say most of like the work comes from my community, not like I wouldn't say deep Kloof, but then like Kasi, like all of Soweto.
Oh yeah.
Because also you today, you come from Soweto.
Oh yeah,
and
man.
you came through to,
Shout out.
Yeah, so
shout
like,
out to myself. Thank you.
So I appreciate like seeing such movements coming from Soweto, because of course back in the day, like just after like the apartheid era, it was hard for like us people from Soweto to have our own thing, to own our own thing, our own movement. But then as we growing up, I'm proud to say I'm happy to see every kind of movement that we go into. So if we don't work hand in hand, I don't know like what we're aiming for.
Oh yeah. So it's actually just working together, because we most definitely want the very same thing, because I'm here making sure that you succeed in actually carrying out the message out there, and you making sure that I have work to put out there in order to carry out my message also, which is actually like the whole idea of everything. So when you talk about the homie who does weaves, name drop, what's the weaves, what's the brand?
Weaves Are Us.
Weaves Are Us.
Yeah.
Okay, so Weaves Are Us, like that homie, bruh, it's just like making our own beautiful too, which is like always what I've been striving in terms of like Soweto or my photography. It's just like most of my pictures are like, did you take it here? And it's like, yeah, because man, like, we haven't showed that part of our side. Usually our stories are told for us. So now we're taking the initiative of telling, our own stories.
Yeah, like I feel like we need to create so that when you put it out there, people get to question themselves. Okay, was this shot or done in Soweto? And then when they get the truth, like they become shook. But then that's that for them.
They would want more of
moving
this.
on, and then they want to come to us, because I feel like we've like since we grew up, we've been going like to other places to do things. But then how about we bring them in to our side, and then they do things with us on this side, or also it can be like doing their things but at our space, you understand? So yeah. Shout out to like all the social homies like doing their thing. Shout out.
Oh yeah. So your brand, right? You were explaining that it's BTC, which actually covers the gym side, and then it's Trilogy. Trilogy covers what?
Okay, yeah, Trilogy is more of the high fashion side.
Okay, high fashion, explain.
So high fashion is like that style that blows you off. Like if you don't understand it, you don't understand it.
Oh yeah.
If you understand it, like you don't even cry when you see like the actual thing. So I can say
you likes of who?
Likes of ASAP Rocky. Like you see how
man.
like ASAP, Kanye, like it's always like high fashion.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's more on that side. It's that type of clothing that you won't just wear on a daily basis. You wear it like on a special occasion, understand?
Yeah, awards and shit.
Yeah. And then of course like the Black Trilogy is like our our stamp to our tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Black Trilogy is more about like the streetwear style. That's the style you get to like see on a daily basis in the streets, but then you never find it like at the mall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's more about that. Like
we don't shop at the mall.
only for groceries.
Oh, man.
So it's that type of stuff you get to like from like skaters,
Oh yeah.
painters, like graffiti artists. That's the most that you get from Black Trilogy. So yeah, overall BTC is more from the sports side, and then Trilogy the high fashion sense, and then Black Trilogy itself it's like the streetwear.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
So we have clothing, we have t-shirts, we have jackets, which is amazing. I saw Smash Africa.
Yeah.
That was, bruh. Then we made it to the TV, homie.
We had to because
we made it, dog. Whoa. So how was that? How was that feeling, bruh? Seeing one of your releases, very exclusive. You released it at the 18 LPO, right?
Yeah.
Seeing it on TV, man.
Yeah, because it was just like weeks after, like it was on TV.
Yeah.
It was crazy because we grew up like watching these cats on TV, and then we like didn't know how to reach out to them. But then when we started like the whole movement, it wasn't more about like reaching out to like big cats, but it was about okay, cool, let's do this and like make it familiar. But then it's crazy when we get to be on that spot that we can also produce for like the big cats we grew up watching on TV, and they're also like supporting us. That's crazy because it's like, yo, we've made it, but then we need to make more.
We need to make more, yeah.
So like... shout out to Smash, yo, like you put us on because like after we did that collection, when you got the piece, like and it was on TV, like everyone wanted the piece. But then it's funny and crazy how like local cats, they do see the product first, but then
they
like,
never wanted.
Yeah, but then once it's out there, they want it, and it's like sometimes it's like too late, and then they see as if you bragging or something for them. But then they all like never get the sense that okay, cool, then if you do believe in the brand, as soon as like they take out something, jump on it. And then feel proud when you see it somewhere else, and then maybe we can like get that same energy rotating so that you get to showcase the item first, and then when it's out there you feel as if okay, cool, then I'm on that level also. Instead of like seeing it first out there and then you come and want it after.
Yeah. So I think for now what we can actually educate the homies and everyone who wants to jump after is we don't have firms as of yet. We don't have factories as of yet. So most of the stuff that we release, it's exclusive. It's like a budget. Like, okay, I'm gonna release this collaboration with 5K, right? And then if it's out, it's out. It's out there, right?
Once it's done, it's done.
When it's done, it's done.
Because every collection is limited. Even if you can get like more orders, because once you produce, we don't like just produce and relax. Like we always producing, like we can produce like in a month like 5 different items, and then we get to produce them in bulk, so that there's a timeline. Okay, cool, then this month we producing this, and once it's done we on to the next thing. So then it's hard when like people want the previous collection and you see on your timeline you can't go back and like okay, cool, then let me sort this out, because like when we create our timeline, it's due to the trend firstly, and then the season, and then also about how people responded to the previous collection. So yeah, it's that. So it's hard for us to like go back and offer what we offered before, because it's like I'm ruining our timeline. So that's why when people want the previous collection, it's hard for us to like offer it that way, unless maybe we done with our timeline and we had like a high demand. So that's when we can get to like okay, bring it back.
So second edition.
But then like with the cozy jacket which Smash wore on the show, We're not bringing back the cozy because it's trend now. Because since 2016 we had the cozy one, which was also reversible.
Remember it was black and orange.
And then 2017 we had the cozy 2, which we had like more colors to the collection and like more pockets to the jackets. And then the cozy thread, which like blew everyone.
The cozy 3 was a smash, though.
Yeah.
You know, I want something like this. I want to interview. Who's those cats? Oh, I want that T-shirt. I want what? Who's those? Yeah. So man, I feel what you're saying. So yeah, thank you, man, for having us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. And for it's all about believing, dog.
Man. Shout out to you, man. May your brand grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and may you touch many hearts. And you know, man.
Yeah, and most people always ask how I do it. Like, I don't know how many times I pray a day. Like,
prayer.
If you put God, like,
God first.
You be brave and like you do whatever you feel like you're doing, and good vibes, man. Good vibes, but put God first. Like, yo.
Yeah, that's what's up, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky boy.